because I know what they want and
Yeah.
we get it all in there. It just goes smoothly. It doesn't mean it's going to happen faster, even if it's a great short sale package. So we submit it and they can sit on it. But some of the times the mortgage companies will sit on it till the last part of the quarter to
Yeah.
close out for their books.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily if you have everything in, but it's also when are they wanting to clear up their books from bad loans? And we're fixing to get a lot of them foreclosures coming.
Welcome to the Texas Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview Texas real estate professionals from active real estate investors, lenders, property managers, and many others that provide goods and services into the real estate investing industry in the great state of Texas. Our goal is simple: to share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level, and to meet the pros that can help you get there. Texas Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and entrepreneurs build the business they need to live the life that they've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back to our show. I'm your host, John Harcar, and I'm here today with Bill McCarty. And what we're going to talk with Bill a little bit about is, besides his background, right, how he got into real estate, what really brought him to today, is his expertise in short sales, right? We had a conversation prior to getting on here, and guys are leaving a lot of money on the table not knowing about short sales. So, Bill, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn about that. I self-admittedly aren't the most knowledgeable at short sales. I probably left a lot of money on the table. But before we get into all that, before we dive into the weeds, kind of give our audience a little background. What brought you to today, how you got into real estate, et cetera.
Actually, I lost everything when I was 40, and I left the corporate world, did a self-storage venture, and it didn't pan out the way I wanted to, and I just kind of like took a year off. I wanted to find out what was, and the grind that I left. Had a business, and I was working for a salvage company, and I was working 65 hours a week and plus the personal business. And I just wanted something that I didn't have to babysit guys. I was an electrical contractor in the early 80s and throughout the 80s and knew what that had entailed. I'm like, I needed something. If it screwed up, it was on me. Like nobody outside control, no partners or anything else. And I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, like probably millions of other people did. And it piqued my interest. And then when I realized that real estate is the only asset that you can buy below market value, add value, and banks loan 100%, it just clicked. And then I just went into a local RIA group where I was living, Jack's RIA, matter of fact, very supportive organization, and loved it. Just went in there. Went through their quick start program about 6 months. I didn't want to screw up anything. So, after leaving that corporate position and everything else, I also lost 6 figures in the stock market. So, you know, being a little hungry, that eats into your plans real quick. So to me, I was eager to go out there, prove myself, to take my legs, get over there, get started, get involved. I remember going through that quick start course with Jack Shria, 6 months. I put an ad in the paper before the internet really took off. And I got a call. I was scared to go over there at 40 still, didn't know what to expect.
Yep.
Went over there, made an offer. I still remember the offer was 42,000. And I put 10 or 15, maybe 20 into it. And then I sold it and made $17,000. And I got in about 60 days. And I'm like, well, I didn't screw that up. So let me keep trying this again. And I'd do another deal. And then I started investing in my education and, probably got $50,000 or plus in going to different seminars and boot
Mhm.
camps to get to the next level. And it's paid off tenfold.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Nice. You took my thunder a little bit. I usually like to ask people, how did you get into real estate? Was it somebody that, or if you look in the past, like, did you have an influence? Did you have something, you Rich Dad Poor Dad, you're the purple book guy. A lot of people are that way, which is great. So getting into real estate, right? Obviously you're learning, you're growing. Now you're starting to do deals. What were some of the immediate challenges that you faced when you started consistently getting things rolling?
Well, keeping a track of the deals. Obviously, I pulled back from, when I went to a seminar in a boot camp and the guy was talking about short sales and subject twos, they were combined together on the pre foreclosure market. And he said that there's hardly any uh, competition at the time. This is 2002, 2003. And it just rang. It's like, okay, I'm going to go where nobody else is going. So when I got into it and understood it, it's a long process. I'm going to grant you that. But I get my deepest discount on wholesale deals if I want to keep them or sell them to another investor. And the challenges were, I was going out there, I was all miles on the road, working out of your car, truck, and then coming back and getting online, or at the time, you didn't have the automated systems that we have now
Right.
available to everybody. So you just had to kind of pencil it in, like Brent Daniels or whatever. You just carry a folder that had all the files in it.
Mhm.
And that's kind of basically how I did it. And then I did my first short sale. And that was probably the hardest short sale I ever did in my life because it had 5 liens on there.
Oh man.
And it had a total of I think I negotiated $47,000 down to 2,500. Now it took me 8 months to do it. The property was in bankruptcy, and so they couldn't do it. The property was in Florida, so they have a longer foreclosure period. And then once the first mortgage company took a $7,000 dip, then, hit, then all the other ones knew that they weren't going to get anything at foreclosure. So it was easy to negotiate it. And I got them all to agree to a certain amount and negotiated it. And then had to deal with the title company. They didn't help me out any. And I had to learn on my own about how to deal with the title company, what they needed and everything else. So it was a major school, the first one. And I said, and then when I had a buyer for it, when we finally got all the title cured letters of acceptance in, I wholesaled it to a friend of mine that bought it, and I made $20,000. And I'm like, well, it can't get any worse than this one,
Right? That's kind of like that's hairy to start.
right? And it's like I just stayed consistent. And the thing about short sales, is the average one takes anywhere from 3 to 6 months, but you're in control of the whole deal. And you want to work with a realtor that gets it. And if you could do that, and realtors bring me the deals because that's the thing is that realtors are starting to learn about subject twos but they're not too familiar with short sales. So I go and teach the course that I have, and it's I could do a regular 2-day seminar, but I mean, for realtors to help them understand that they're sitting on a deal where they could possibly get 6% on it. As now, at least in Texas, you have to have a buyer's rep. So with the buyer's representation, you have to sign an agreement to be the buyer's rep as well as the listing realtor, so she can get both sides of it, or he can get both sides of the commission. And working with them, I teach them, walk them through the process of submitting a short sale package, of what's all in that. And then you sit back, and then you have some other steps that I teach, that you meet with the appraiser. And when you do that, that's where the short sales won or lost.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And so when you meet with the appraiser, you get it negotiated, then it goes back to the lender, and then the lender sends it to underwriting. And then if they either accept it, or if it's a FHA or VA, or FHA is 88% of the appraised value. VA is 92%, but you usually have it's all subjective. So the value that you have and that you're negotiating is going to be obviously lower, and you want to communicate all the repairs. You do a repair estimate and all that. So it's a system that I've put together over the last 25 years. I know what the banks want, so you're not having to go back and forth getting them documents, and you have it all in a short sale package the first time, and they go in there and look at it. And in fact, I had one lender make a remark to my realtor I was working with, is that this is the best short sale package he's ever seen. And I'm like, because I know what they want, and we get it all in there, it just goes smoothly. It doesn't mean it's going to happen faster, even if it's a great short sale package. So we submit it, and they can sit on it. But some of the times, the mortgage companies will sit on it till the last part of the quarter to close out for their books.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily if you have everything in, but it's also when are they wanting to clear up their books from bad loans. And we're fixing to get a lot of them foreclosures coming.
Yeah, it's going to happen. That's going to happen a lot here coming up. Why do you think? You think it's because it's more of a timely, more involved, more, longer process is why a lot of investors don't pursue that type of exit?
I don't think it's that. I think they just don't know how to do it. I think that's the biggest deterrent is now being a 6-month deal. It's like the old crock pots. You put the food and the roast in a crock pot, and you turn it on, and you let it sit, and you let it cook. Well, what I do is I'm following up with the mortgage company once or twice a week. Where are we? Let them know that I'm in. And then, I can't help how long it's going to take to go to underwriting. Every lender is going to be different, but it's not like you don't have a deal. I mean, once you get through the first part of it, then you're just waiting for them to make a decision. Now, that being said, you're still doing your day-to-day business. It's not going to stop you. I mean, you can put a short sale package together and do it right and everything like that in a few hours and submit it. And then the only thing you're waiting on is to meet with the appraiser. You should be doing other deals. I mean, and the good thing about what I'm going to develop is a course that people can teach short sales. If they've done one or walk them through it, I'll coach them. But I just want to help people get to, what I've enjoyed over the years, success in there. And I am going to be putting it on my YouTube channel. I've got the receipts, the closing statements and everything else. And it's just something that's not taught. But I think every realtor that goes and wants to go to the next level needs to learn every strategy they can.
So walk me through this, right? Walk me through deciding that this property is good for a short sale.
Okay, let's say we walk into a property. It's either been on the market or whatever, and they owe. Well, let me give you an example. Trying to think which one I like right now. Well, I've got a property that's worth $300,000. I've got a buyer. I've got a buyer that's already won it, and the house is a divorced couple. The husband just left. The wife couldn't take care of it. Couldn't take care of it. Put it on the market, and it was too messed up. And I think they owed about $250, $260. Okay, so but the house is worth 320. That's a perfect number. 15 to 20% equity in it gives you a little bit more room, because it's a lot easier to get a mortgage company to come down 30% than it is 50%. So then I go in there and I put my repair estimates are going to be everything and anything it could be possible with a house. So, if it's something that people think it's $40,000, my repair estimate's 70. Okay.
Right.
Because two things I tell people, and I tell the realtors and the appraisers: you don't know what's behind the wall. You don't know
Exactly.
what's going on.
You don't know
You
the
haven't done enough
unforeseens.
houses to realize.
Yeah, you don't know the unforeseens.
But the other thing is that you can, so that house, and when I teach the class and I teach investors and realtors that we want to take the low comps, you're not going to use a house that's been rehab as a base value. You're going to use a house that's been sold as is. So that gives you a low comp. Then you take the square footage of the house and then you subtract the repair estimates. And then you've got your base price of what the house should comp in at. And so with this particular house, they owe the 250. I've got I've got $86,000 of repairs. So out of that, you deduct that, and I'm getting low comps at the 170. I mean, the 270 ish, 280, and they owe 250. So those numbers, you got still about $40,000 spread there. And so if I get the appraiser to look at the 270 and take my $86,000 um, repair estimate or whatever, and I get it appraised for 180, then it's going to be 88% of 180 or 200.
Yeah.
88% of 200 is 176, approximately 176. And I've got a buyer for 200.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. So what do you think some of the biggest mistakes are that guys are doing when they're starting to try to do for short sales?
Well, the biggest mistakes that realtors make is listing the property too much, and or listing the house, because they want to get paid. And the realtors will list it for what's sold on the house, and it's still not worth what it's worth as is condition,
Right.
and they're trying to do it. So, what I tell the realtors to do, if I get the realtor to communicate with me, is first, before they list a house, then I get them to list it for a lot lower as an as is price. Then the mortgage company sees it. I'm telling the investor community as well as you, as far as when you're working with a realtor. And now for investors, the biggest mistake is not taking action. Getting with a realtor, asking a realtor, is there a house out there that needs a lot of work and it's not selling, and they're just sitting on it, and they're just letting it go to foreclosure? I mean, they don't know what to do. So I would say, because most of the realtors hadn't been in the market for more than 10 years.
A lot
Now I'll
less
say,
than that.
right. I mean, 7, and they got into it when everybody was making money, and that's all good and well. With this business and strategy can be done anywhere in the country. And once they've learned how to do it, then they can go out there and teach the class. And then they get their leads from the realtors. And it's a system that I put in that anybody can do. And I love it. I enjoy working with realtors, and they appreciate you. And then, I don't know if you have a big sub two community, but it's a great way for them to bring you the sub two deals that they don't know how to do. I've closed 4 deals, made $10,000 on each one when they brought me a sub two, and I was able to pay them their 6% or maybe part of the wholesale fee, and they were happy, and everybody got taken care of. So you get a lot of leads from teaching a short sale class, and you
Yeah,
make a lot of
love it.
relationships, and that's what it's all about, is being able to be somebody that can solve problems.
I love it. I love it. I love all the information you dropped today, man. You're right. Not many people know about the whole short sale thing. So if there's some folks out here that are listening to this that they want to reach out, they want to maybe talk to you and learn more about the short sale stuff, how do they best get in touch with you?
Well, they can email me at bill@proactionproperties.com. They can check me out, William McCarty, on Facebook. I just reply to everybody, whenever I can. I mean, I'm out on the road, so I can't, I'm not like one of these kids that go out there and look at their phone all day. So,
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
and they could just better to email me so that I can connect with them, directly, and I can set up a time to talk to them if they have questions or they want to participate or whatever. I've been doing this so long, one of the things that I've learned when I first got into it, it was a competitive thing. But when you get older, it's about giving back to the younger people or anybody. If somebody's retired and they want to do something, they can jump into this. It's not age specific, but it's about giving back. I've been fortunate and I want to bless other people.
I love it. I love it. Well, and you blessed our audience, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this conversation. Hope you picked up a lot of things. Bill, thank you again for coming on and sharing all your knowledge. And guys, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one.
Can I add one more thing? Can I say one more thing?
Of course.
I'm building a short sale channel on YouTube. So it's Mr. Short Sell. I had an investor was kind of, smart alecky, and he called me, "Well, aren't you Mr. Short Sell?" And I said, "Okay, I'll just do that." So I got that name, and I started a short sell, Mr. Short Sell channel, and I'm just uploading stuff as I can, as fast as I can, to
Very
walk
cool.
people through it.
Guys, there's a channel. Go check it out. Go subscribe and follow. And Bill, once again, man, thank you for sharing all you did. Okay.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it. Have a good
Thanks,
day.
guys.
You bet.
Thanks for joining us for today's show. If you're looking to take your business and your life to the next level, you really need to learn more about the Investor Fuel Mastermind. It's your shortcut to success. To learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other amazing entrepreneurs, 100% financing on your deals, member-only discounts, and so much more, please visit investorfuel.com/Texas. By the way, Investor Fuel is even Texas-based. Also, if you're interested in applying to be a guest on this very show, the Texas Real Estate Pro Show, please visit investorfuel.com/Texas. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app so you never miss another episode. We'll see you on the next show.